let's figure out the arc length of this curve on the interval 1 to 27. We will be using this algebra fact. Remember that a plus b quantity squared is a squared plus 2ab plus b squared. And similarly, a minus b quantity squared is a squared minus 2ab plus b squared. And what I want you to notice is that the only difference is the sign of the middle term. So keep that in mind. The formula to find arc length, we know that we are going to find arc length by integrating on the interval the square root of 1 plus the derivative squared with respect to x. So let's go ahead and find these pieces. We definitely need the derivative, so let's do that first. So y prime is going to be x to the 1/3 minus 1/4 x to the minus 1/3. The derivative of 6 is 0, so that's what we are left with. And then we know that we are going to need the square of this inside the square root. So let's go ahead and square that. And here's where I recommend not completely simplifying. Let's focus on this. When we figure out a minus b quantity squared, it should look like that. This is playing the role of a. This is playing the role of b. So we don't include the minus sign. So a squared minus 2 times a multiplied by b plus b squared. So don't square those out. Let's just keep on going here. So we're going to leave this as it is, x to the 1/3 quantity squared. And this middle term is the only thing we want to simplify. And notice that it all simplifies to negative 1/2. We'll leave that term alone. All right, everybody see that that simplifies to minus 1/2. X to the 1/3 times x to the negative 1/3 is 1. 2 divided by 4 is 1/2. Now when we look inside the square root, we need to add 1. So let's go ahead and do that right here. So 1 plus y prime squared. All we're doing is adding 1 to the right-hand side. And notice that the only change on the right-hand side when we add 1 is that we have now only changed the middle term. When we add 1 to the right-hand side, that middle term goes from negative 1/2 to positive 1/2. So the only difference between these two expressions is the sign. Just like up here, right? It's the sign. That tells us that this is now factorable. We started right here with a minus b, and we squared it, where this was a, and this was b. And now, the only thing that changed was the middle term, so that means that this is going to factor into a plus b quantity squared. So it will be a plus b quantity squared. All right, now that's nice because we have a square there. So then when we go to plug into our arc length formula, we're going to integrate from 1 to 27. And we're integrating the square root of that square. So that is going to create a simplification where we have the following. So the square root right here is canceling that square up there. And now we just have to do our direct integration here. So we will end up with x to the 4/3 divided by 4/3 plus x to the 2/3 divided by 2/3 means multiplied by 3/2. So that will give us 3/8 from 1 to 27. So now we'll plug in the 27 We'll plug in the 1 and take the difference. So plugging in 27 here gives 3/4. The cubed root of 27 is 3, and then 3 to the fourth is 81, and then plus 3/8 multiplied by cubed root of 27 is 3, 3 squared is 9, and then we subtract off the evaluation at 1, so we'll end up with that. And if we simplify all this, I worked a little bit ahead, and if you do the arithmetic here, we'll end up with 63 as the arc length.